everyone. Back with another video. Today we're going to talk about something that I thought was kind of amazing. Maybe I'm behind the power curve, who knows. But I was looking at something this morning, and I had saw that this company had brought back a species that was, I guess, between 10 and 15,000 years old, called the dire wolf. Obviously, people are familiar with the dire wolf if you've watched Game of Thrones and other things, maybe books and stuff where they mention quote-unquote dire wolf. Dire wolves are usually large, abnormally large for wolves, and usually live in cold areas. So this company brought back this species from a tooth and a skull, and we're able to, get the genome from that piece of tooth and skull, enough genome, enough DNA. I think they said they need at least 15%, I believe. And they were able to, bring that DNA together. I saw something they may use a gray wolf to fill in the gaps. That's a similar species. And they created these 3 specimens so far, 2 male and 1 female. And it's just amazing to me that we as a human species are able to bring back extinct species. I think it's an absolute amazing thing. I'm not sure if these 3 will ever be let loose in their natural environment in the wild. Right now, the company that created them or brought them back has a 2,000 acre preserve that they live on, and right now they're young, so they're still feeding them, but they're about to introduce them to carcasses and bring out that their natural hunting thing that wolves do. And I think they'll be able to hunt on that acreage. So I just think it's amazing, and I think they're gonna try to make 3 more, I believe. Not sure if they're gonna reintroduce them into the wild, into the natural environment. But I just think it's amazing, and I don't know if this is the first animal they brought or what. I don't know. I just know that it's amazing to me that we were able to bring back this species, from extinction, and then bring them back. Literally, they haven't been around in thousands of years, and it's just such beautiful creatures, all white, and it's just so amazing, just so amazing to me. And so now the question or the debate is going to be: should we bring extinct species back? Now, that's a great question, and something that does need to be talked about. The first question, and my question would be, is how did that species become extinct? Was it natural extinction, or was it man-made extinction? Now, certainly if it was natural extinction, then I can see where there might be some debate whether they would be able to survive in 2025 climate compared to what the climate was when they were around. I understand that debate. I get it. But if they were a species that was eliminated and made extinct by man, then yes, let's bring them back. I have no issues with that, because we're the ones that made them extinct. It wasn't a part of natural selection. It wasn't anything like that. It was, because man was doing what man does and destroying things. And so if they were destroyed by man, which many species have been made extinct because of hunting or over excessive hunting. Let me rephrase that. Nothing wrong with hunting, but excessive hunting to where they made these species extinct, as we're almost about to do with several species that are still around, rhinoceroses and tigers and whatnot, because culture, these animal parts are, aphrodisiacs and cures and whatever. And so, they're trying, they use these animal parts for various things, but they're destroying the species. So my take on it is if it was a species that was made extinct by man, by all means bring them back, because that was our fault. They weren't meant to be extinct by us. But if they were made extinct because of natural selection, climate, those type of things, then okay, yeah, should we bring them back? Maybe, maybe not. Would they survive in our current climate?Maybe not. I'm finna go past this truck, buddy. That's why we need it. I'm trying to pass all these cars. Let's do this. I apologize, y'all. I'm on the highway. And so that, for me, is where the debate lies. Not whether we should bring a species back or not, so much as how the species became extinct in the first place. That should be the first question. Then the second question is, if we do bring them back, will they be able to survive in this warmer climate that we live in, compared to the climate that existed when they existed? That should be the second question. Then the third question is whether we should even do it at all. Or maybe that should be the first question. Maybe that should be the first question. That now that I think about it, that should be the first question. Should we even do it at all, and why are we doing it? And then the other two questions come. Let me rephrase. First question should be, why are we doing it, and why should we be doing it? And then the reasoning behind it. How they became extinct, and would they be able to survive? Those are the three or four questions that we should be asking. Okay? And I don't know if this company asked those questions or not. I have no idea. I've seen an interview with one of the scientists. They seem pretty legit. They seem like they really do care about the species, and they're just not doing this willy-nilly and just bringing back species just to bring back species for novelty's sake. I believe the dire wolves probably could survive in the wild, up in Alaska or the Arctic or Canada, Russia, wherever their native lands were. I believe they can still survive. So I think when the time comes and they're able to release these wolves back into the wild, which they've done with some native North American species and buffalo and stuff like that, so it's been successful in other species. I think that's a good thing. To reintroduce this species to the wild, I think is great, as long as that they can survive. So I just thought it was amazing to me. I thought it was amazing that people, that we as a human species are smart enough and savvy enough when it comes to technology and science to where we can bring back extinct species. Now the next paradox in all this is, do we just stop at animals, or are we going to try to bring back extinct or ancient human species like Cro-Magnon, or prior human species that have gone extinct, for the most part because of natural selection? Will we do that? And would they be able to survive? So this is the paradox when you start bringing back extinct species. Where do you stop? What's the line? Where's the line drawn at? Are we just bringing back species that we made extinct? Are we bringing back species that we think will still be able to survive in the current climate? Or are we bringing back species for the novelty? Because I think this same company, I could be wrong, but this same company, I believe, is thinking about trying to bring back the woolly mammoth. Well, would the woolly mammoth even be able to survive in this current warmer climate? Is the Arctic, Alaska, Canada, Russia, wherever it might be, cold enough for a species like the woolly mammoth to survive? Is there enough food for the woolly mammoth to survive? I don't know what the diet of woolly mammoth was. I'm sure I could look it up. But, these are things that I'm hoping these people are considering before they start bringing back and doing the Jurassic Park thing. Because that's essentially what it is. Movies come to life. And I know that this dire wolf is probably not the first species that's been brought back. It just seems amazing to me that the species have been gone that long, over 10,000 years. They bring back like, oh, okay, it's back. Okay. Wow. And it just is amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing to me. And we know Jurassic Park is fiction, but there's a lot of lessons in that movie that apply to this particular example. Where do we draw the line? Are these people going to try to bring back the T-Rex? Are they going to try to bring back all these dinosaurs that care nothing about the human species and that would prey on us? You know what I'm saying? I know all the Jurassic Park movies are fiction. Obviously, those species are real, during the Jurassic, Cretaceous, and all that time frame. But the movies are obviously fiction, But they were only fiction because of the storylines. But it has now become reality, or it has been reality for a minute, where we are able to bring back these species that have been gone so long, and then like it's just nothing. I mean, it's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing to me that that we're able to do that. And I just, so what? They're going to try to bring back extinct birds? Are they going to try to bring back other extinct mammals, maybe extinct reptiles? Where's the line drawn at? What are we going to do? And so I think these are questions that need to be asked and or answered before they start doing this. But obviously they've done it. There's 3 specimens that exist, more to come. And I think that the dire wolf can survive in the Arctic environment, probably where it came from. And I think it's a good thing if they're reintroduced to the wild, not this 20,000 acre, preserves that they live on now, but are actually reintroduced to the wild. I think that they potentially could be successful. So we'll see. We'll see what's next. But it's an amazing, amazing scientific breakthrough. It's amazing to me. Might not be amazing to y'all, but it's amazing to me. I just think it's absolutely amazing. And I was just really, it was really kind of cool to watch and see them growing and thriving. And it's just great. It's just really great. I think it's great. And so, but that's what I want to talk about today. That was just something, I thought was kind of amazing. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all have seen it, leave your comments. I just think it was kind of cool. And I'm sure there are other species that have been brought back. I'm probably either forgetting or not recollecting at this time. And you can leave those in the comment section as well if I'm missing some species that have been brought back, like the dire wolf. So again, just an observation. Just wanted to come on here real quick and bring that up. So again, thankful for everyone. Again, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, share. Trying to put out some more videos. If I have something to talk about about, then I will come on here. If I don't have anything to talk about, then obviously I'm not going to come on here. I'm not going to waste people's time. Sometimes it may be, I'm not going to say today's was trivial, but it'll be something a little bit more on the lighter side, not as heavy or as, controversial, or whatever word you want to use. But sometimes it's just going to be something like this that, hey, I just want to talk about it, and, I think it was cool or whatever. So, it's always a mixture of stuff, y'all know, and just coming from my perspective. As always, be respectful, and I appreciate and thank everyone who's left comments, liked, subscribed, and shared. I appreciate each and every one of you. Big things start small, and so we'll just kind of see how it goes. And so again, I want to thank everyone, and also if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Suggestions for videos, leave them in the comments. And if I'm able to talk about it or willing to talk about it, then I will. Everything's at my discretion, of course. So until next time, God bless, and we'll talk to you later on.